Hello and welcome back. You may come across people who scoff at the idea of purgatory or roll their eyes at miracles, saying, "Who's ever come back from the dead? Who's actually seen the torments of purgatory or hell?" Well, let me introduce you to someone who has. Her name is Christina the Astonishing. And believe me, the title fits. Christina was born around 1150 in what is now Belgium. She was just an ordinary girl, orphaned young and working as a shepherdess. But then, in her early 20s, something incredible happened. She suffered a massive seizure, collapsed, and everyone around her believed she was dead. No breath, no heartbeat. Her body was taken to the church for her funeral. And right there, in the middle of the funeral mass, Christina suddenly sat up. Then, as if waking up wasn't shocking enough, she levitated and flew up to the rafters of the church. When she finally descended, she told everyone what had happened. She really had died. Her soul had left her body and had been given a vision of purgatory, the agony, the suffering, the cries of those who longed for prayers and penance. But then God gave her a choice: remain in heaven, or return to earth to do penance on behalf of those suffering souls. She chose to return. And her mission? To show this world, especially the doubters and the arrogant, that purgatory is real, that God's justice is real, and that mercy is offered through repentance and sacrifice. Christina didn't just talk about purgatory. She lived her life as living proof. She became known for doing things so extreme that people didn't know if she was a lunatic or a living saint. She would throw herself into fires, only to emerge without a single burn. She would let dogs attack her, run through thorns, and even allow herself to be dragged by water wheels, yet always came out unharmed. She often levitated, saying she couldn't bear the stench of sin around her. People were, understandably, astonished. Some thought she was insane. Others feared she was possessed. She was even jailed twice. But both times, she was released because there was no evil in her. In fact, she joined a Dominican monastery, where her prioress said she was always obedient and full of humility. Cardinal Jacques de Vitry, a respected historian and bishop, personally witnessed her strange and holy life. And theologians like Thomas of Cantimpré, a student of Saint Albert the Great, investigated and recorded her life shortly after her death. But here's the key. Saint Robert Bellarmine, doctor of the Church, explained why God allowed all this. God willed to silence those libertines who make open profession of believing in nothing, and who have the audacity to ask in scorn, "Who has returned from the other world? Who has ever seen the torments of hell or purgatory? Behold, two witnesses. They assure us they have seen them, and that they are dreadful." Christina lived another 42 years after being raised from the dead. She didn't spend those years comfortably. She suffered willingly, doing penance not for herself, but for others. Bellarmine puts it plainly: the striking conversions which she effected, and the evident miracles which occurred after her death, manifestly proved the finger of God. So next time someone mocks the idea of purgatory or doubts that miracles still happen, you can tell them about Christina the Astonishing, God's answer to arrogant disbelief. She saw the next world. She came back. She spent her life doing penance to remind us. As the King of Heaven entered his kingdom through tribulations, we too must reach it by the same path. And her life still stands as both a warning and an invitation. Purgatory is real, but so is mercy, if we choose repentance and love.